In Jamaica, Transport and Works Minister Mike Henry has dismissed claims that the Trinidadian and Jamaican governments played for time for personal gain before giving the all-clear to Barbados-based low-cost carrier RedJet to begin operations in their countries. Henry was responding to opposition spokesperson on Transport and Works Dr. Omar Davies, who last week challenged him to totally refute any notion that the governments of Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica had a vested interest in delaying the flights by RedJet. Davies made his comments moments after Henry had informed the House that approval had been given by the Jamaica Civil Aviation Authority for Air One Ventures trading as RedJet to commence their Jamaica operations. Henry said following the satisfactory resolution of safety concerns, RedJet could begin operations within the next 6 weeks. Trinidad and Tobago has relaxed a restriction on the importation of used cars, making them cheaper to the consumers. We have more in this report.
The move to increase the age limit on imported vehicles from 4 to 6 years could result in a 30% decrease in price to consumers. Used car dealers have dismissed their critics' arguments that the recent move is a backward step. One day after Trade and Industry Minister Stephen Cadiz announced the move in favor of the used car dealers, its executive welcomed the decision. In their view, it's the poor man who will benefit the most.
When it's put into place, people will be getting vehicles from 50,000 go up. It is all about the type of vehicle. It's according to the type of vehicle they want to purchase.
You will get discounts, 20–30% cars will go cheaper.
Exactly.
The move by the Trade Minister fell in the immediate firing line of Philip Naggs, president of the Automotive Dealers Association. He expressed disappointment over the move. But Visham Babwa, who represents foreign used car dealers, dismissed the claims being advanced. He argues that 6-year-old cars emit the same emissions as new ones, and any move to blame the industry for traffic congestion is unjustified.
I don't want to hear nobody come and telling me it have too much traffic in the road. The road is not your personal space or my personal space. If you want to drive your car and go to Port of Spain, everybody want to do the same. I pay my taxes just as you.
According to the association, the increase in age limit only means consumers have a greater choice.
If a consumer has a problem with a 6-year-old car, we are not saying it's only 6-year-old cars they're going to have. There will be 4-year-old vehicles, but the cost of a 4-year-old vehicle will be a lot more than a 6-year-old vehicle.
There is no denial on their part that the move will help pocket greater profits, but they believe it's a win-win situation for all.
Well, as Mark just hinted, free wireless internet access is now available from most areas in Barbados. About 60% of our island now offers the opportunity for people to log on to the internet at no cost. This is all part of the Barbados Entrepreneurship Foundation's efforts to have countrywide Wi-Fi coverage by November the 11th this year. Chief Executive Officer of the BEF, Damien McKinney, says internet access is critical to the island's development in business. He also says it is an added feature to the local tourism product, giving visitors instant access to the World Wide Web.
Up all of a sudden pops access without going through some sort of password or padlock. I don't know the last time you ever looked at a whole network and all you see is padlock, 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 padlock. This is true freedom where we unlock the padlocks. Gets off that plane, and for the whole time that they're here in Barbados, they have access. And when they get back on that plane and they fly home or fly to wherever they're going, guess what they're going to remember? Guess what they're going to say to the first person they meet? They're going to say, "You won't believe this." That is what we're going to provide.
Opposition member Mia Motley, who was on hand, described the initiative as historic and said all Barbadians should get on board.
We understand and we can be a little coy about it, but Bajans understand the Guinness Book of World Records. Bajans understand that Gary Sobers was the best cricketer in the world because he had records, that there are other records that other Barbadians hold today. Bajans understand that Rihanna is about to explode other records. Well, guess what? You and me can explode this record on 11/11/11.
The connection between corporate success and managing yourself and your relationships will be the focus of a seminar this Wednesday. Entitled Emotional Intelligence, the Gateway to Professional and Organizational Growth, it is being hosted by the Human Resource Management Association of Barbados in the Harris Paints Training Room in Willie. Personal and leadership development coach Tony Olton is the facilitator. He tells the Business Report a person who is emotionally intelligent has mastered the 4 I's.
A person who's emotionally intelligent has developed a very strong sense of self. They're self-assured. I call it a sense of identity. With that sense of identity, because they're making decisions and living constantly in concert with that sense of identity, you then build integrity around you. People know what to expect from you. You become dependable. If people get to understand and believe and trust your integrity, then that opens them up. That's the 3rd I, intimacy. You can then have meaningful relationships with other people. And this is where now managing people or leading people kicks in, because with that deep sense of intimacy and people being open to you, now influence, which is what is the essence of leadership.
Now here's a summary of today's trading on some of the region's stock exchanges.
Very good evening to all, and we had mixed conditions here in Barbados today. A few showers, even some isolated thunderstorms were recorded. 10.6 millimeters of rainfall all total for the day so far. We had 137.1, 754 for the year so far. Quite healthy. Let's take a look now at the extreme temperatures. At 2, we got up to a high of 30.9 degrees Celsius. The minimum temperature overnight was 24.8. At 6 o'clock, skies were cloudy. The temperature was down to 27.7, the humidity 85%, and the winds falling off quite significantly out of the southeast at 9 kilometers per hour. Now, there is one tropical wave in the eastern Atlantic. That tropical wave is in the vicinity of 44-45 degrees west, and the activities to the south of 18 degrees north. Quite a bit of action, though, way down south in the region of the intertropical convergence zone. That wave is due to pass across Barbados and across the region sometime around Wednesday into Thursday. But in Barbados and the island chain, this is, let's pick up our bearings. We had some weak instability from that migrating shear line that we were watching over the weekend, drifting in from the north. Let's put the cloud in motion. That in association with some patches as a result of the weakened high pressure ridge was responsible for some shallow cloud patches in the island chain. Now this is associated primarily with the intertropical convergence zone, and this was responsible for generating some shower activity over the Trinidad area. Now for tomorrow, the wind speeds continue to be relatively light in and around Barbados. There's still some lingering moisture from that shear line, in addition from the moisture moving in from under the influence of the high pressure ridge. As a result, we're going to be looking at an increase in cloud instability, and we're going to be looking at some afternoon showers developing across some sections of Barbados. I'll give you more details later. Welcome back, and well, our evaluation is showing moisture levels will continue to be high, and as a result, the localized component that I told you about, we are looking at showers in the western, central, and northwestern sections of the island. It's going to be that type of day, but the moisture is going to be a little bit higher down south due to intertropical convergence zone activity, and of course, the Guyanas and Trinidad should be seeing a few showers and isolated thunderstorms. Over in the west, there's also a tropical wave and a trough that should continue to generate some shower activity in the vicinity of Cuba. Let's take a look now at our 4-day picture. We're going to be looking at Tuesday through to Friday. Partly cloudy skies, chance of isolated afternoon thunderstorms over some sections of the island. Those conditions should go through until around Tuesday, and of course around Wednesday rather, in association with the advancing tropical wave, and some of that activity could very well spread up the island chain, generating more widespread shower activity. But we are looking at a marginal drying out of the atmosphere towards the weekend. Sunrise in Barbados, 5:42. Sunset will be at 27 minutes after 6. One high tide at 13 minutes after 1 in the afternoon. The first low tide early in the morning, 6:41. The second is going to be at 5:54 in the PM. The seas continue to be a little under average, moderate in open water, just up to 2 meters. And the wind flow across the region east-southeasterly to easterly, 10 to 35 kilometers per hour. Our predictions for Barbados for tonight: partly cloudy with some scattered showers and possible isolated thunderstorms. Quite similar picture tomorrow: partly cloudy with some scattered showers, but as I indicated, the afternoon showers could very well develop over northwestern, western and central sections of the island.